There for you.
Because I'm gay.
The history of the mobile phone started all the way back in 1940s, where the radio system was used through the 30 and 40 megahertz systems, which got used by the police departments. Through the 50s and 60s, the technology developed from the radio to more a cell phone system. In 1973, Dr. Martin Cooper, who was working for Motorola, was the first person to introduce the handset phones. And in 1970, the innovation within the radio technology boosted, and Amos Edward Joly, which was an engineer at Bell Labs, developed the cell phone hand-off system. And in 1989, Motorola released the first ever flip phone. Then we have 1990s, where the 2G got introduced. This was a quicker network system that allowed a low amount of drop calls between the consumers and increasing call quality as well. In the 2G, also first text messages, digital signals, and high technical networks was introduced. Ericsson T36 introduced Bluetooth technology, which allowed the consumers to wirelessly connect their phones to the computers, and also offered worldwide connection and received real-time updates. In 2002, the first camera phone got published, and the 3G SMS texts, MMS, offered emails, internet access, and in order to stream video through TV and etc. By the use of Wi-Fi. And also the 4G, which is more related to the smartphones, which got introduced to the market in the beginning of this year, 2012, and are giving the consumers the opportunity to be online 24/7.
There for you.
Because I'm gay.
Due to the innovation of the radio technology in the last century, has the Android and smartphones become a very big part of the everyday life. The market have therefore changed, and it's important for the marketeers to follow this change on the market. According to Charles Arthur in 2012, the ownership of the smartphones by consumers have approached a 50.3% in this February. 32% of the US smartphone owners access the internet through their smartphones. And the demographics of the main group of smartphone owners, by 40% is the age group from 35 to 54. The change on the mobile market has changed the communication strategies for brands as well. The focus now moved from the marketing message to the perception of the message. The changes in the marketing mix has also become relevant. According to Steve Hollison in 2007, presented 3 new P's: people, physical evidence, and processes. The increase on the focus on the relationship with the consumer through the employees rather than just one-way communication. This two-way communication will increase the brand value, and according to Scott Stratton 2010, the communication and the relationship with consumers will become a long-term strategy rather than short-term. The 3 new P are not only an extension of the marketing mix, but as well of the 4 marketing Cs, which also are focusing on the relationship that brands have with the consumers. But the consumers are not only engaging with the brands or want to engage with the brands, they also engage with each other. So a consumer to consumer or C2C communication strategy needs to be implemented. The brands need to go from a push marketing strategy to a pull marketing strategy. This is according to Matt Hay. the relevance of the communication and the messengers that the brands provide for the consumers are relevant for the result of brand awareness or increase the brand value. The ADA model, which Kotler introduced, needs to be changed as well when, as Scott Stanner in 2010 said, the communication strategies needs to be a long-term strategy instead of a short-term. So the ADA model needs to be open in the end of the attention from the consumer when the relationship and the communication after a purchase needs to continue. The changes on the mobile market have influenced brands' communication strategy. The strategies have now gone from the traditional communication strategies to a two-way communication strategy. Brands need to engage and communicate with consumers through the 24-hour service channels, which are available through the mobile phones. By this consumer-centric focus, the brand will be able to establish profitable relationships via using mobile marketing.
For you.
The consumer-centric marketing communication is an essential element for the brands today. The mobile tools are divided into three areas. There's the mobile marketing, which are owned, mobile advertising, which is paid, and then the mobile word of mouth, which are earned. According to R.R.S. Ray's blog in 2011, mobile devices are becoming an important marketing tool for the businesses of all sizes. The fact that consumers has become and given a voice on the market through their mobile devices or online have gained a threat towards the brand's image and brand value. The fact that marketing messengers is followed by word of mouth have influenced the perception not only on the product but as well on the brands. That leads us back to the ADA model, which needed to be open in the end because of this fact. Consumers are using word of mouth, which are a really powerful tool against the brands. The brands don't have any control over the word of mouth. When the word of mouth or viral marketing or communication through the consumers to consumers are used over the social medias. The social medias have an tendency to also be used on the mobile phones. So the online 24/7 service are being provided for the consumers. The consumers are able to download or get information about brands, products, etc. really fast, and no matter where or when they decide to get this information. It's therefore essential for brands to implement two-way communication strategies into their marketing strategy. When consumers are engaging with each other and communicating 24/7 on the different social medias or tools on their mobile phones and online, it's important for the brands to engage and communicate and have a relationship with the consumers in order to try to control the output, to try to communicate and get feedback from the consumer so they can change whatever the consumers think there might be wrong with the brand or product. The consumers are having a voice on the market now, as said, so the brands need to engage and make sure that they are following the trends that the consumers actually are controlling today.
For you.
I believe that 21st century consumer power has only begun when blogs are important and everybody has the power to either publish or blog about something through either social medias or blogs or through just text messengers, rival YouTube clips, etc. I believe that the consumer power is only growing from now on based on the development within the technology of mobile phones. I don't believe that brands will gain the full control over consumers' perception or behavior. Also, consumers' behavior online have changed a lot since the technology have given the consumer the possibility to do m-commerce now as well. Everything is on the go, I should say. The consumer can communicate, do everything they want through their mobile phones and on the go. So also relevant information, relevant messages from the brands is as well important. The consumers are more picky now. They don't want to hear or see something that don't grab their attention immediately. They will just move on and find another brand or product that will fulfill their needs.
For you.
Because I'm gonna.
The conclusion on the overall aim of this presentation was: how has the change of mobile influenced the 21st century consumer power? And I believe we can safely say that it has have had a massive influential factor on the consumer power today. The mobile technology and possibilities for consumers to be online and be viral and be connected to information 24/7, no matter where and when they feel has a massive influence, not only on brands but also as well the society. Brands need to embrace this technology and embrace the trend that consumers have taken on through the mobile devices. The technology development within mobile devices is definitely not stopped here, and I believe that the trend within the consumer's power will only keep going.